Hey everybody, this is reality therapy, which I don't really like that much, but here we go. It's existential, humanistic, and it has a little bit of CBT. It's developed by William Glasser. Basically, people have inner control over their own lives, but even more control than they think that they have. I don't agree with that. The focus is on cognition, which would be CBT. People have to take responsibility and recognize their behavior. So if you're going to be working in the schools, I think reality therapy is an important therapy to know because we use that quite a bit. We with students in the hallway, ask them all the time, what are you doing? What are you supposed to be doing? What are you going to do about it? Let's make a plan. So it's popular in schools. And Michael Jackson was clearly a reality therapist. It says we were driven by our needs for freedom, power, fun, autonomy, which is what we get from Piaget and survival. Alright, well, what does a client look like when he's happy? Well, they've transcended their inner perceptions. They understand their wants. They have a goal. Their therapists help them to identify this, develop a plan for action. Alright, what's the role of the counselor? Focus on the possible. What can you control? Which, even though I don't like reality therapy, there are some things you can control, like your behavior. They do this by the 4 questions of probing, want, doing, evaluation, and plan. So first, the therapist can identify what helps the client, what hinders the client, do self-evaluation, and then in order to, the therapist tries to decrease those defense mechanisms that the client uses, and also helps eliminate excuses. You're going to help the client understand their thoughts, feelings, and emotions on control. And then, of course, to incite change, you're going to break down those barriers, help the client develop a plan. Some techniques. Again, we talked about the 4 questionings. They talk about this psychological atmosphere, which is really similar to Carl Rogers and the therapeutic relationship between the client and the therapist. As a therapist, you should really pay attention to your body language, your posturing, your tone of voice, facial expressions. Again, question and probing. Finally, helping them set up a plan. Even if it's theoretical, set a plan. Video analysis. Alright, so an interview was conducted with Dr. Webolding, an expert in the field of reality therapy. So there's some things I found interesting, and here's some of my favorite quotes. Theory does not incorporate family systems at all, which is very important to me. Favorite quote, thinking is a source of behavior and not the problem, which is unlike CBT, completely opposite, because the thinking and CBT is causing the action, which is causing the behavior. It's this triangle cycle. But here, you see, thinking isn't wrong. Thinking facilitates change, not a problem. So thinking is good. Another thing, I think Juan's going to be okay. He's really intelligent. It's funny. And the bad posture joke is hilarious. I don't feel like Juan benefited from the therapy session, probably because he's really intelligent and he's too stuck in his ways to change his thinking. But maybe was epiphanous at one point when he was theoretically asked, what would happen if we did this. So, alright, thanks guys. That's my presentation. See you tomorrow in class.